This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome back to another Labor Day Monday edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel today. Let me tell you, if you're just tuning in, we've already had some good discussions today. Obviously, the Matt Murray trade rumors that are floating around. I mean, honestly, at this point, there's apparently 30 teams interested in trading for Matt Murray. So the Oilers being one of them should not be a surprise when there's only 31 teams in the NHL. You can find that video on my channel. And of course, I discussed a little bit about Ilya Konovalov's Lokomotiv Yaroslavl, which of course has former Oilers Anton Lander and Magnus Puljujarvi, who may just get an extra look by Oilers scouting staff to bring him back into the fold on a couple league minimum deals this year or next, depending on how tightly those two get watched while Ilya Konovalov plays behind them in net for Lokomotiv. So, that aside, let's get to today's discussion in this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Guys, don't forget to leave a like. That's what I've been forgetting to ask a lot. And we have definitely seen things dwindle here on Dolynny TV because I have not been asking to get those likes and all those new people in here. So, with that said, Ryan Rishaug tweets this out about 8 minutes ago my time. For all the talk of the Oilers potentially signing Puljujarvi, in Rishaug's opinion, trading him to recover some of the draft picks they moved is a very real possibility, every bit as realistic as him returning to the lineup. Straight trade, sign, and trade or return, all is still possible. So if you have been following this interesting go with Jesse Puljujarvi as of late, is apparently the Oilers are signing him. Guess what? He still hasn't signed with the Oilers. A lot of people are talking about Jesse Puljujarvi with the Oilers. Guys, nothing has happened with Jesse Puljujarvi and the Oilers quite yet. Honestly. He has not signed a contract. He is not back in North America. Nothing. He's playing preseason Liga hockey and tearing it up. I mean, whatever tearing it up in preseason Liga hockey means. Seriously. Guys, this is beyond. Nobody with a right mind would comprehend that being good in the Liga translates 100% to being good in the NHL, let alone being good in the Liga in preseason translates to being a first-line winger with Connor McDavid. It just does not work. As far as I am concerned, the NHL player Jesse Puljujarvi is still the NHL player Jesse Puljujarvi is until proven otherwise. All right, you can go NHL equivalent, whatever you want. You can do whatever crazy math you want to make, this assume that it's this. But at the end of the day, until Jesse Puljujarvi returns to the Oilers lineup and actually puts up numbers, he's doing nothing of value for the Oilers in terms of production. All right, yeah, you know what? Oh my, a guy that scores 50 some odd points and an NHL equivalent of 90 points if it wasn't Liga to the NHL. Man, yeah, the Oilers could use another 90-point forward. Guess what? Just because he scored those 55 points in the Liga does not mean he is a 90-point guy in the NHL. Until he is a 90-point guy in the NHL, he is not a 90-point NHL player. All right, with that settled, that told, that all said, all possibilities on the table, and that's good. That's good because I guess that keeps us right where we've been, and the storyline will never go away. And here we go. We can talk Jesse Puljujarvi until you, like me, are blue in the face because it's just gonna keep going. It's just gonna keep going forever and ever and ever. This is the never-ending story of a number 4 overall pick the Oilers can't find a thing to decide to do with. That's what this is telling me. Right there in Rishaug's tweet, every possibility remains on the table. Whatever happens with Jesse Puljujarvi, it remains on the table at this point. And like I said, that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But this is no further ahead than we were behind before Rishaug tweeted this out. But this is also a good reminder that, you know what, we can get hyped up. Things are progressing between him and Holland and possibly returning to the lineup. That's great. Bob Stauffer can tweet about how he has to work his way up the lineup as opposed to being stapled to McDavid's wing first thing because, my goodness, that's the best winger we've ever had for McDavid. Why are we not using him? You can formulate anything, but a little dose of reality right there in Ryan Rishaug's tweet about everything remaining on the table. Because guys, if you turn a blind eye to the other options, you're doing no better with this asset than the Oilers franchise has done with multiple assets before. Because here we go. You know what? We're dying for draft picks in this upcoming draft. As it stands, depending what we do with the 3rd overall in the entry draft this year, whether we give it to Calgary or we give it to them in 2021, we're still hurting for draft picks. We don't have a 2nd and we don't have a 4th. Our first rounder is 14th overall, but we're looking at moving that down according to Holland if the right offer comes in. So right now, yes, you would love to see the Oilers be able to recoup a couple trade chips or draft picks, whatever you want to look at it, and be able to move that 3rd rounder for 2021 into 2020 and give it to the Flames. That way, you know what, you still have a 1st, a 2nd, a 4th, and maybe a player in return for Jesse Puljujarvi. There's so many things to be considered here, and that is huge because we are, I think, all of a sudden over the course of the week, and this is why I haven't opened my mouth till now, is we needed that dose of reality from somebody that wants to actually talk common sense, is the fact that everything remains on the table. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Ken Holland, in an Athletic article, committed to not making a trade until the Stanley Cup playoffs are over. So if you're sitting here saying, yes, Puljujarvi is 100% back in the Oilers lineup before the Stanley Cup playoffs are over, that is a big mistake according to what our general manager has already said this off-season, Stanley Cup playoff season, whatever it is, whatever it may be, whatever it is a big mistake to just blatantly, nope, yes, coming in, nope, I know he hasn't signed a contract, he's coming back, nope, 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 he doesn't even need a contract to play, he's back in, nope, you know what, yes, here's just some free money, come play on Connor's wing, not even a contract. And everybody is losing their minds about the whole debate, yet guess what, absolutely nothing has changed from 2 weeks ago to now. Nothing, absolutely nothing, I tell you, has changed, other than yes, Puljujarvi is participating in preseason action in the Liga, which I'm hearing conflicting reports that he's playing 3-on-3 for 2 periods. He's playing the lower league teams. He's playing all kinds of ridiculous set rules is what I've been hearing. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but if it is, and we're losing our minds about yes, Puljujarvi putting up godly numbers in Liga preseason, give me a break. That's all I got to say. Just give me a break. Because at this point, all options should remain on the table. And if you're so excited about him doing all that, you should be so excited about his trade value just as much as you are as stapling him to Connor McDavid's wing. The other side, too, here, what nobody has mentioned is there were rumors when Jesse Puljujarvi left the Oilers. Yes, Puljujarvi left the Oilers. The Oilers didn't send him to Europe. Yes is the one that went off to Europe saying, I want to trade, I want to trade. The Oilers did not say, hey, go to Europe until we figure out a trade for you. We did not. We did not, all right? We did not do that. So, Jesse Puljujarvi is a guy that has had rumors floating that him and the leadership within the Oilers locker room don't get along. What I saw on Twitter. And I mean, that's a long time ago. That's about this time last year that I was seeing this. But if that is true, then why would you staple him to the wing of Connor McDavid, who is the Oilers' leadership? That's just another element to maybe take a look at and review before we start claiming crazy, stupid things about how Jesse Puljujarvi single-handedly is going to raise a cup in Edmonton, because that seems to be how cultish things are getting around the name Jesse Puljujarvi on Twitter at this point, and that is why I have waited so long to talk about him again, because we needed that dose of reality that comes from Mr. Ryan Rishaug this afternoon. Straight trade, sign and trade, or a return, all still possible. Thank goodness, because there are way too many people out there losing their mind that this guy's going to come back heroically out of the preseason Liga and destroy the NHL. Straight up. Until he's a 90-point guy in the NHL, he's not a 90-point guy in the NHL. I don't care what his friggin' Liga stats are in the Liga preseason. Alright, that is absolutely meaningless to me. And apparently his Liga points last year were meaningless too, or somebody would have traded for him, or we would have brought him back before the opt-out date. Fair? Fair. I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's rant on Jesse Puljujarvi. I will catch you in the next one.